Good Thursday morning to you. Our Monday morning alerts struggled to be on a Monday this week. We had obviously excessive rainfall. We're out here today. We've got quite a few different things we're going to cover. Hopefully you guys can see the drone behind me. We're going to talk about that in just a minute, but we'll start with our GDUs. We're 42 below average. If you've been paying attention, we've been running about 20 to 25 below average, so we've dropped a little bit. Obviously, we've been cool for about a week. I don't think that's going to kill us, but we'd like to see those temperatures pick back up a little bit. So we're right in that 22 to 2300 range. As a point of reference, 100-day corn, we have a 100-day corn called 5064. It will black layer right at 2500 GDUs. So it gives you kind of a little bit of understanding where we're at as far as that black layer coming on some of the earlier side of our corn. So this morning, Dane and I have been out scouting. We've been looking at aphids. We've actually seen quite a few aphids in some fields, but the critical part of that scouting process is identifying the stage of your beans. Most of the beans in Boone County are at R5 or above, or very quickly approaching that, and that's the point which you're going to have a boatload of aphids out there to really warrant spraying. So if you still have concerns about aphids, please reach out to us and we'll come help you. What we really want to talk about today is sudden death syndrome, Fusarium virguliforme. If you can say that 3 times fast, we'll give you a gift card or something like that. But Fusarium virguliforme is SDS. It's a fungus. It overwinters in soybeans and corn and stubble. And the end result is this mess you're seeing in front of me. And so what happens is it infects our plants early on, basically between planting and photosynthetic activity. What it does, it limits and stunts root growth, and then over time it actually starts to kill the pith of the soybeans. The symptoms we start to see, at least from an aerial view, are in the leaf tissue, and if you were to look at this leaf tissue close up, you would see it's all in between the veins or interveinal necrosis, and so the leaf tissue actually starts to die. What we know about soybeans need for photosynthetic activity is if you take away my leaf tissue, you take away my ability to fill my pods. And so what we start to see on less severe instances of SDS is an abortion of pod fill from the tip. We'll start to see that tip back, and in extreme cases you'll literally see sudden death, where the name comes from, where it will look like pockets just suddenly drop out of the field. This is the second largest robbing disease in soybeans, next to soybean cyst nematodes. And the unfortunate part about this disease is it's actually made worse by cysts. The infection comes through the root system in the plant, so a lot of times what we see is in high instances of soybean cyst pressure, you will see a rise in sudden death. So the real topic of conversation today, and the reason we threw the drone up behind us, is we have to start taking a whole farm approach to how are we going to deal with SDS. The only thing we can control today on August 20th is knowing where our pressure is so we can make better decisions in 2017 when we rotate back to soybeans. If you think about last year, we had SDS in a lot of our bean fields. I firmly believe this is going to be an issue in every soybean field going forward. And if you read any information, they're saying use tolerant soybean packages. The truth is a lot of those don't yield very well, and so we've really got to start looking at what are we going to do to manage this stuff. So the first key today, and what we would encourage you guys to do, we're going to attach some drone footage of this specific field so you can see. Get us out there and let us drone your fields. Get a sampling of your fields so you know which fields have it. Then what do we do? So going into next year and going into the following year, put together a planting plan. Okay, this specific field, when I know I'm going to have a high level of inoculum, when I rotate back to soybeans in 2017, I want to plant this field later in the year. SDS thrives in cool, wet, and compact conditions. That was a lot of Boone County in this planting season. This field, when I know I'm coming back to it, I'm going to look at planting it as one of my later soybean fields, and I'm going to make sure that I'm not planting into less than ideal conditions, both soil conditions and temperature conditions. The other thing we're going to have conversations about, and we'll have more of them later this year, is around the use of soybean seed treatments. So there's several on the market right now The one that we're most interested in is a product from Bayer called Allevo. We've got several checks out. That specific seed treatment blocks the fusarium that's causing this problem. We're going to know a lot more this fall after we roll combines. We're going to have some better imagery from our drone, but that's going to be part of our conversation is do we have products like Allevo that can help to manage this disease. So again, my summary today is get us out. Let's get this imagery done of your field so we have an idea. So as we put together plans going forward, we know where we have it. And then let's start looking at bean varieties and soybean seed treatments that can help us with this in the future. That's your Monday morning alert. Bloomgren Seed in Boone, Iowa. Please get a hold of us. We'd love to come scout for you. Thank you.